Hi, communications team. I just wanted to run through another template to give you another perspective of headers, parts, and attribution. So this is Maria's template, and I have that pulled up right here. And going up to the very top, what we would have to do is write the word introduction right here, hit enter a few times, and then you would need a roughly 200 word introduction to the content. Go here before the section learning. And then we have the section learning, the source, and alt text. So for accessibility purposes, each image requires alternative text that describes it. And the way that I usually explain it is pretend you're talking to someone on the phone and you're trying to explain what you're looking at. So you would put maybe chart representing the data science process right here. For this, it looks really good that the data science is here. I did see your question here of whether or not it was required. So this would come in as the main header, and then this would come in as a subheader. And if we look back to what it looks like in the system, it does just that. So we have the header, we have the image within the data science section. Here's the header, here's the subheader. It looks great. There was a question of where to put parts, and the previous video had a couple parts in it, so you could look back to that. But basically, I advise people to put parts wherever there's a natural change in topic. So you shift from the data science process in general to what the challenges are. That would be a good natural place for a part. And looking through it, maybe data science terms right here, you could add a part. And if it's just a paragraph or two, or say a new stage elaborates on data science terms, you don't have to put a part, but it's good to just separate them a little bit. As we see over here, the section titles are blank, and this could be because there's no introduction included in the template. It was sort of left blank. So it looks like it populated a section because the word section intro was there, but we didn't have anything in there, so it came blank. This is what the section learnings pull in as, so that looks great. And then here, I'm guessing that is the questions, and this is the summary. So we would want to put the word summary at the end. Let's see if it's in there. It looks like we are missing a summary section. So that would be another thing where you would go in and add the summary section in between the learning and the questions. And that would go, right about here is where that summary section would go, and that's also roughly 200 words. And the summary is very important because if the students don't do very hot on the quiz, the summary is where they're directed back to review before taking the quiz a second time. Another thing I wanted to touch on was attributions. So what we've been suggesting on my team is using track changes to add a comment with the attribution in the comment. And the way that it's done now with the subheading, it sort of shows up, let's see if I can find that one, the data science process. That was here. And then it shows up like this, which is not the proper way to do attribution. I do have a website pulled up here, and it's just Wiki Creative Commons that shows you how to attribute things that are OER. And it looks like this template follows this format, which is a list format, but it really should look somewhat like a citation, just going line by line, addressing each of these items. So instead of listing them thing by thing, title, author, where it's from, the type of license, just put it as one line in a track change. So it would look more like this. Instead of putting Creative Commons Attribution License, you actually have to describe which type of license, because there's about 6 different types of licenses, and the way that we use it, it really matters which one that we're using. So in the image, I believe, oh, it didn't pull through, but in the image, it looked like your attribution was correct. Right here, see the CCBYSA, that should always come at the end. So that's what I would need in every single video or image that comes in. Let's take a quick look at your questions just to make sure they're coming in. So if you have an attribution right within the content, you would just put the attribution at the very end. Or the citation. So I'm not sure where the DOI comes from. That might be kind of a mix of APA and a Creative Commons type of citation. So I would just need you to go back, and if it is Creative Commons, you follow the format that I just showed. If it's not Creative Commons, that's when you go with APA. So this kind of looks like a mix between the two. But when you are leaving that citation or attribution, you can just put it right at the bottom of your paragraph. No need to put an extra header or anything like that. And if for some reason it creates a box like this, which would be a video or an image, you would just go ahead and add a track change comment with your citation right here. That would not come right below. Let's just look at it as a student really quick. How the image pulls in, it looks great. And for each little bit of learning, there's a header, which looks excellent. And for the last little part where there's a space, I can go in and clean that up. And that looks great. All right, well, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch and I'd be happy to follow up with you. Thank you.